Hello again, everyone. Hope you're doing well. I'm here back with my same tea as last time. Actually, it's a pretty good tea. I'm getting used to it. Actually, it was good right from the beginning. You know, most often we have a hard time about something because we think this is not the way it should be because me, I identify with different kind of tea, so this is different, so I must not like it. It's certain kind of a conditioning, and it's also the way I'm thinking. So the question says, why do I think that I should be having a different kind of tea? Well, because that's how I've been drinking tea, and it's placed in my consciousness. Now my thoughts coming from my consciousness, therefore my thoughts go after what was in my consciousness about the kind of tea that I like, and this is not that. So therefore my thought thinks I'm not supposed to be satisfied. Of course, this is tea, the taste is good, so my thought then rethinks it and believes, oh, it's okay. But I wanted to bring this up to start this new concept, not the new concept, but this topic about thought. About this tea, it was my thinking that brought the question that, is this right or not? This is good or not? So in other words, whatever we go through life, whatever we do, it's our thought that creates it. And the thought creates stuff based on what's in our field of memory, in our field of the known, in our consciousness. And based on what memory and what information the consciousness we have, this thought makes a certain decision or judgment or thinking. So, can we say then consciousness is actually controlling the thought? So if the thought behaves and moves in the field of consciousness, therefore the consciousness is controlling how thought is born, what we think. So then, can we say consciousness is the controller, thought is the controlled? Can we hold off here? I'll get back to it in a second. Now let's get back to your relationship, because the whole idea of this channel is to introduce you to what your powers, your understanding of your psyche, the relationship with thought and consciousness and desires and egos and fears and so on and so forth is. And I use the relationship that most of you are going through, good or bad, hard or soft, difficult or not, breaking up or what, for one reason or another you're watching this channel. And I want to use that to introduce you to this subject of what I just mentioned, and to help you see why is it that you feel the way you feel. Is it really the actuality of how you should be feeling, or is it actually your thoughts that makes you feel the way you feel because it has been programmed from your consciousness? It gets its direction controlled by the consciousness or based on what's available in the field of consciousness, and that sort of a thought, according to the conditionings that you've received, it creates a certain emotion, certain thoughts in you, and which creates a certain emotion, and you feel sad and so forth. For example, your breakup situation right now that you're sad, well, for a while your consciousness had accumulated information that this is your girlfriend, or if you're a lady, this is your boyfriend, and this is what you do, that's how it should be, this is how you love your life to be, this is how you like your life to be, this is how you want to approach your day based on having this person in your life, or this is how the fragments of your life is. Part of it is your girlfriend or boyfriend, part of it is your job, part of it is this, part of it is that, what you eat, what you do, how you travel, stuff that you do. That's how your consciousness dictates to your thoughts to think this way, because this is the way I have designed it to be. Therefore, that represents me, and me likes things this way, likes this girl, this girlfriend, and this relationship, and so on and so forth. And when things are not as it was, suddenly your thought says, my consciousness, my controller, has taught me or conditioned me that I should be thinking that this is the way I want my girlfriend to be, to look, or this relationship is the right relationship for me, that's what I like. So now that it's not there, I am confused. I have been conditioned not to like it. So the thought is trained based on what is in consciousness, not to like what's the new thing is, which is the breakup. Because it's been told that you should be liking your life when and as if this relationship is there. If it's not there, you're not supposed to be happy. You're not supposed to like it. So the thought based on what this conditioning or this direction from the consciousness is, now sees the breakup has happened and now feels like, well, I'm supposed to think that I'm not happy then. I'm supposed to think that I'm sad. Well, this would have been true if what we just said at the beginning of this video, that the controller, the consciousness, is responsible and is controlling how thought is born, how thought, content of the thought is, what frequency the thought has, what subject the thought, and how the thought is thinking. The controller, the consciousness, is controlling the thought. So controller, consciousness, controlled the thought. However, who and how the controller is put together. Controller, consciousness, is dictating, controlling, observing, supervising the thought. But isn't it true that when a thought is born, a new action, new experience, new knowledge, and that knowledge becomes the consciousness, controller. So the controlled, the thought, is actually producing and creating the controller, the consciousness. Therefore, the controller, consciousness, is controlled. The controller is controlled. So controller is redundant. All is thought. So if it's all is thought, thought is free, not bound by the field of the known, the consciousness. And if it's not bound, I am free. I cannot be bothered by having lost this relationship, because there is no consciousness telling me that this is how it was, this is how you should like it, now it's different, now she's left, so you should be miserable, because that's how I trained the thought to think based on what my field was used to and had created, designed a certain way of living, a certain way of accepting my day and my relationship and so on. But now that we just proved the thought is free, controller is redundant. Controller, the consciousness, is controlled. Thought is everything. So if that's the case, thought is independent, thought is free, is not bound by the field of the known, the consciousness. Therefore, it can decide, I don't have to be sad, I don't have to be bothered, I don't have to be bound by this kind of a relationship. I can free it, I can go and find and create another relationship, because there is no controller to tell me that I should have my life in this order with this person, and if it's not, I should be thinking as I'm programmed sad and think this is not good. I don't have to do that anymore because my thoughts are free. I am the one who makes the consciousness, I meaning the thought, and therefore there is no me based on the consciousness. But perhaps we can say there is a me based on my thought, and my thought is free, so I am free. And if I'm free, I can go and find somebody else and not be bothered or bound by this breakup, and therefore I can be happy and understand that I am the master, I am the builder, I am the creator of the relationship. Therefore I can build and produce and create another relationship, and I don't have to be unhappy because I am not bound by the field of the known, and I can go fly out and create and let my thoughts, like the new situation, which is a breakup, and go and find and replace it and get back on the road. Hope that would be something for you to think about, and talk to you soon.